Hello, it is Sunday, May 14th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday puzzle today, which means we have a big grid, and we can see already some interesting, looks like traffic signs, maybe merge indicators in the grid. So not sure what's going on with that. It'll be an interesting process to find out. In any case, this interesting, hopefully, edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Noah Bezenson, Emma Smith, a returning benefactor, Josh Lucas. So welcome back, Josh, and thank you for re-becoming a benefactor. And as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in sustaining this channel, keeping this whole thing going. Really do appreciate it. So thank you if you are one of those 5, but also if you're a patron at any level. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to become a benefactor at any level, or a patron at any level, including a benefactor, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. And as the benefactor, as mentioned, you get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. But of course, at any tier, you get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. And those videos include the most recent mini puzzle speed solve and monthly bonus, New York Times monthly bonus puzzle. So enjoy all of that if you have access to it. And you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link to the description. Well, there's a link to that in the description field. It's a nice, friendly chat community. And please do subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not gotten around to it so far. That's a big help as well. All right, so let's get on to today's interestingly illustrated puzzle entitled Alternate Endings. So maybe words end in different. Maybe we have similar words that end in different ways and they're pointed to by these things. I don't know. In any case, this is a Sunday construction by Sid Sivakumar, who's constructed about 15 puzzles for the New York Times crossword, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving this alternate endings crossword, see how it goes. Greek letter that's a symbol for torque. I don't know, tau maybe? I'm not sure, actually, what the torque symbol is. Person with a stopwatch. Oh, right. Okay. So we're right off to it. Now, what is this? I don't know. Drink that may be spiced. Spiced rum, maybe? Potential scenario in which a piece of software might be helpful. I don't know. A high percentage of scenario these days, I suppose. Holding areas and capture the flag. I don't know. Maybe this isn't rum. What are they? Forts? What are the? I don't know. It's been so long since I played Capture the Flag. I can't think. I don't know. Bases? Meat and vegetable dish with Creole and Cajun varieties. Gumbo? So that's an ordinary word if that's the answer. Is it? Novelist, short story writer, blank Bender. Mrs. or Signora equivalent. Madam in French. Flaky, syrupy pastry. Baklava, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that does fit. Worry-free. Target. Person with a stopwatch. Don't know. I feel like I should be able to get more of this area of the grid, but I don't know. So if this were, let's just try tau, which was my first guess. Let's see. Person with a stopwatch. Maybe this isn't gumbo? Because this looks like it could be timekeeper, if that's a T. It would have to continue somehow. Like, maybe it would be the end of it because it's the second of these two. I'm wondering if this continues down here and this continues down here and they combine to make a word. I don't know. Drink that may be spiced. Ale? Can ale be spiced? Spiced ale? Holding Aries. Probably ends with an S. Potential. Oh, user. Potential scenario in which a piece of software might be helpful. User something? User. Don't know. Timekeeper. Amy Bender? Maybe this isn't Gumbo. Maybe it's something longer like Timekeeper. Jambalaya. Okay. Amy. Jails. Right. Okay. I've sort of that vaguely rings a bell for me. Jail. Capture the flag. Okay. Holding it. Right. Right. A person. I was thinking where is the flag located? But no, this is something about players can get put in jail. I don't remember why, but that is something. So to target somebody or something is to aim at it. Worry free is at ease. You're at ease. You're worry free. Okay. So here we have Timekeeper and here we have Jambalaya. Right. It's the right number of letters. Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't read the clue. Many a presidential election occurs in one leap year because it happens every 4 years, and that tends to that has for a while now corresponded with the leap year cycle. So, right, it's alternating. They're alternate endings. The letters are alternating. We have Jambalaya, Gambalaya. Here we have Timekeeper, Timekeeper. There we go. So it is a merge. It is a merge, actually. What this would mean, the symbol on a highway would mean you two lanes that are merging into one. The sort of motorists in each lane alternate behind one another. They merge in behind one another in the same way that these letters are kind of merging in, alternating one by one. Okay, there we go. Very good. Boy, that really baffled me for a while there. Okay, so does that help with this potential scenario? A use case. It's not a use or something. It's a use case. A use case is a potential scenario in which a piece of software might be helpful. You can imagine various use cases when designing the software. Pigmented eye layer, the uvea. Uvea comes up in the crossword not infrequently, more than it comes up in life, I would say. One of those words. Not quite crosswordese, but comes up disproportionately in the crossword. Prepares to deal, perhaps. You could cut the deck before dealing it. A person who worships Jah is a Rastafarian, and if something was done without foresight, it was a rash decision, maybe, done without foresight. Thoughtless mode. Airheadedness? Doesn't fit. Puffins, e.g. I don't know. Total dump, a pigsty, a total dump. Is it even possible? Oh, how can it be? Actually, we can figure out how long this needs to be, the real answer, because it's 7 letters here plus. This is 9. So that's interesting. These can be odd numbered. Because the merge can be it can be 4 from one side and 5 from the other side. So that means this will be either 11 or 12 letters long. Is it even possible? That means how can it be cannot be the answer. But it could be how can that be? That would make this the 12-letter one, and this would have to be the 11-letter one. It'll take a second to get it. Don't know offhand. Do I think this is actually correct? Western blank college course. Lit for literature, maybe? Or civilization? Western civ? Coat that may take a while to put on is, I don't know. It'll take a second to get it. Could be a second as in someone seconding a nomination. Could take a second to get a nomination to something. I don't know. The Rise of Blank, 2019 film subtitle. Oh, the Star Wars film, The Rise of Skywalker. There we go. Puffins. Oh, are they auks? That's a sort of category of bird. Okay, that must be it. And then thoughtless mode is autopilot. Right. You are on autopilot. You are in a thoughtless mode. Code that may take a while to put on. A coat of paint may take a while. You have to do it carefully. Okay, it'll take a second to get it. Oh, second, silver medal. You come in second place, right? So I had one sort of alternate way of interpreting second, but I needed yet another. Silver. Yes, and that does make this 11. So I was correct in my assumption about that. So that means I do think this is how can that be. So I can put in the alternates then. How can that be? Oops. There we go. Head table, where newlyweds are typically seated at a wedding reception. The head table. There we go. All right, that came out correctly without needing to have read the clue first. So I would call that a success. Newlyweds typically seated at the head table at a wedding reception. All right. So here we have divisions represented by the highlighted answers in this puzzle. Oh, the lanes of a highway that are merging. There we go. And French for between is entre. Start of a detective's trail is a lead. You have a lead to kick off the case. Uno plus dos plus tres is seis, for 6. And Missile Command is an Atari game of the 1980s. University of Cincinnati athlete. Maybe some sort of cat. Conflict over seceding from the Galactic Republic in sci-fi. Is that another Star Wars reference, maybe? A civil war? Just in general terms? I mean, a secession conflict could generally be a civil war. It doesn't need to be in sci-fi. Long time. No, I don't think this is right. Old, long time, old. Revolutionary cooking device, a rotisserie. So it's revolutionary in the sense that it literally revolves the food, it rotates it. And the question mark gives us a hint that we're reading this in a punny sort of way. There's some wordplay going on. So let's see, 1, 2, all right, 8. So there are 4 extra letters added to each of these. So this one is 10 letters long and this one is 8 letters long. I mean, we know that because rotisserie, but I don't think we know which one goes first. That could be determined here because these were different total lengths. So the longer one needed to contribute the first letter, but I don't think that's true here because and I don't think we can assume that, say, the left one goes first. Can we? It does here, jambalaya. In this one, actually, it does here as well. That might be a coincidence. I don't know. In each of these cases, it's the left lane. Well, it's the left lane from our perspective. I suppose from the perspective of the driver of the vehicle, it would be the right lane. But looking at it in the grid, it's the one on the left. Anyway, theoretical substance for which a chemistry law is named. Theoretical substance. Interesting. Analogy words. This is to that as that is to something else is an analogy. And ruin, ultimatum word, or else, you might say. You issue an ultimatum. You must do this or else. University of Cincinnati. Oh, bear cat? Is that something? Is that a sort of animal? Blood work, colloquially. Labs, you get the labs done, laboratory work maybe. Is that a phrase you could use to contract that? Maybe. It sounds plausible. Abbreviation in a birth announcement. It could be pounds. It could be the weight of the child. Prospective eBay buyer's figure. Buyer fee? No, we're not going to put buyer in the clue because it's in the answer. Designer of Doha's Museum of Islamic Art. I mean, it's probably IMP. If you are wondering what famous sort of modern architect designed a sort of prestige building, it's a good guess. A good guess. It's IMP. It could be Renzo Piano. IMP would be your best bet most of the time, probably. I mean, that's obviously not true in the totality of the world, but I just mean in the New York Times crossword, it's a very helpful, collection of letters. And he did design quite a few buildings, obviously. Prospective eBay buyer's figure. Bid something. Young bloke, a lad, there we go. And the usage of bloke sort of lightly alludes to British kind of common language rather than American, and lad as well fits that. State of matter in the sun, plasma, there we go. A mobile app. Bid price, is that bid price? Is that a phrase? This looks like Syria. Yes, Damascene's country. Someone from Damascus is from Syria. So there we go. Jessica Blank, astronaut who participated in the first all-female spacewalk. I don't know. I guess when I was looking at this before reading the clue was it was going to be Golda Meir, the one-time Israeli prime minister, but no. Home to the sport of hurling. Ireland. Sorry, I was thinking Scotland, but that's not the answer. Okay. Was I thinking of maybe the caber toss or something? Okay. Battery in a Wii remote must be a AA cell battery. All right, there we go. The remote for the Nintendo Wii video game console. And Grammy-winning Mexican singer Downs. Oh, I don't know. Someone Downs. Not sure. Exercise that strengthens hip flexors. Oh, right. This is the one that's created from here. So let's see. Theoretical substance for which a chemistry law is named. Oh, an ideal gas. The ideal gas law. Right. I kind of remember the existence of that more than I remember the actual substance of it. Anyway, that confirms that it once again, it is from our perspective the left lane that merges in first. So rotisserie. There we go. Is this right? Oh, it is. Leg raise, right. I read this I read this as a sort of French le graise, and I was thinking, what is that? No, it's leg raise. Okay. Banks. You bank on someone, you rely on them, so banks relies. And the Grammy-winning Mexican singer Downs is, I could still think of more than one name that would fit here, so I don't know. Chlorophyte, e.g., don't know. Sounds like something that would be in a plant, doesn't it? Mineral collection site. Get in a knot. Gnarl? Snarl? Lisa? Lida? Lena? Again, I can think of several possibilities. Mineral collection site. Don't know. In a scuffle. If you're in a scuffle, you're at it, maybe. And tablet you might take into the bathroom. An iPad, I suppose. Tablet you might take in the bathroom. I mean, you read this and you think it sort of looks like it's maybe referring to a medicine capsule, but I think it's not. And there's no question mark there. People have asked, why would there not be a question mark here? It's because it's this whole thing, tablet you might take in the bathroom referring to medicine isn't itself it's not really an idiomatic phrase. It's just referring to a different kind of tablet. That's all. There's nothing really, you don't need to really push past the obvious meaning of this. You just have to think of another kind of equally plausible meaning. Okay, with 116 across, procedure in which drivers take turns joining a single stream as demonstrated 5 times in this puzzle. Right, okay. So what is it? It is procedures, plural, so merges. Single merges? I don't know, actually. What is it? Oh, I don't know. After thinking I was going to be able to just write this in, I don't actually know the answer. NYC Commuter Rail Overseer, that would be the MTA in New York. And pedestrians cross them, they cross streets, so the abbreviation of streets. Hubbub is, I don't know. Hubbub. A Twitter, I don't know. Pass judgment on. To pass judgment on someone is to, oh, why can't I see what any of these are? The Hindu god Ganesha is often depicted with four of them, four arms. There we go, I can put that in. So what about this? Hubbub. A tumult. There we go. It's a tumultuous situation. Okay, good. G7 member informally. The US is one of the G7 group of countries. A group of seven, I guess. To pass judgment on is to assess a person or thing. There we go. And motion to blank court request. Motion to, I don't know, something around arguing, or motion to, I don't know. Hopping herbivore, a hare. And this, let's not look at that yet. Let's see if we can solve it with the merge mechanic. We'll see. Thou God blank me, Genesis quote. I don't know. Begat, I don't know. Job increasingly replaced by speech-to-text programs. A stenographer, someone who sort of transcribes transcribes speech as it occurs. And what are these merges? They are, can't believe I can't just write this in. It's ridiculous. Air Seoul's parent airline, Asiana, I think that's a Korean airline, so they must have a subsidiary, Air Seoul. Makeshift towel could be a rag, maybe. And commander for Joe Biden, e.g. a pet dog. I think, yeah, that is his pet dog's name, I believe. Ray gun sound could be a zap, as depicted in science fiction film, already alluded to elsewhere in this puzzle. Of just sci-fi generally, I mean. And then here, oh, zipper merges, right, okay. That's not really a phrase I've ever used, but I think I've heard it at least a handful of times, and it makes sense. You can imagine why it's called that. It's like the teeth of the zipper locking into one another. Okay, great. So here we have a salt pit mineral collection site. There we go. And chlorophyte is an alga. There we go. So singular of algae. All right, great. That came together. What does that mean? They are. Is it a different meaning of R? Is it the area maybe? Or the sort of unit of area, I mean? I don't know. Certain essential worker. And taco toppings, salsa. There we go. Campus part. The quad is a part of a sort of academic campus. Oh, R equal, right. So 2 and 2 equal 4. 2 and 2 are 4. There you go. Address that's often shown in blue letters, a URL, a sort of uniform resource locator, a web link is often in blue type. Backside could be one's ass, and a certain essential worker is a nurse, of course, sort of thought of that immediately. Green expanse is a lee, there we go. So a sort of field. Okay, great. Oh, sorry, I just saw this, and I do know this. Actor Maori is Sister Sister. This was a 1990s sitcom, I think. Tia Maori. Tia and... don't remember the name of the other one, unfortunately. Trixie could be sly, maybe. Crows cry a caw. And some offshoots could be sects, religious sects. And what might have, or I mean, just for instance, what might have attachment issues? An email might have attachments. What's the issues doing there exactly? I mean, obviously it's punny, we know, because of the question marks. The issues doesn't necessarily need to be strictly literal, but what is it? What might have attachment issues? I guess maybe you attach issues of a publication to an email. I don't know. Oh no, it probably means issues as in difficulties attaching the document. You might have attachment issues with your email. I don't know. I had issues with the attachment. Sorry, it didn't go through. All right, you're kidding. No way. Captain of Fiction, Captain Nemo from Jules Verne. And Fred, who co-created Portlandia, the comedian and actor Fred Armisen. Motion to, why do I not see what this is still? Motion to, I mean, my instinct that argue would be in here was correct, but it still isn't helping me. What about this? Bit that bonds. A seam? I don't know if that's right. Enters like slime. Seeps in? Maybe? There might be more than one possibility here. It sounds like a clarinet with a cold. Per Victor Borge. Oboe? This probably is still S. Let's see. Equilibrium. I don't know that it's this. I'm just going to check the crosses and see. Better than I thought. I don't want to look at the merge one yet. And then equilibria probably also ends with an S. Some residents of the Eastern Mediterranean. I don't know, Greeks? I don't know. Let's come back to this area. Have we looked at all of our merge clues? Witherspoon of Hollywood. Oh, Reese Withers. Oh, no. Yeah, that's not a merge. Okay, that just goes there. Chinese New Year decoration. Paper lantern? No, that's too long. Paper crane? Not looking at the clue. I'm just counting the... So 8. Okay, paper crane would be the proper number of letters. Electrical wiring nexus. A fuse box. No, that's not long enough. A switch box? That's the right number of letters as well. Do I want to try putting these in? Because it doesn't create the... Let's see. Chinese New Year decorations. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, decorations singular. Okay, I was thinking if it was plural, then my count was wrong. All right, we'll start from the left, because that has been the convention so far. It may or may not be universal. I won't look at the clue. Switch. This doesn't look like it's going to be right, does it? No, this is looking disastrous. No, that's a complete disaster. What if we switch the order of the merge? No, that doesn't work either. Okay, this is wrong. Where hip-hop originated? Oh, the Bronx. Oh, okay, the switch box was right. So what was the other one? The other one ends with T-E-R-N. Oh, lantern. Oh, is it red lantern? Yes, there we go. Okay, red lanterns. Okay, there we go. Almost got that one, but not quite. I shouldn't say almost. I was off. All right, coat with small droplets. A coat of dew. A coat of what sort of dew? And declares confidently you aver something, you declare it confidently. Chocolatier's unit, a bar of chocolate. Ave Maria. And then miniature cheese wheel brand is Baby Bell. I buy those sometimes. No, I think they're largely marketed to children. Name repeated in a nursery rhyme. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. And a blank begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. Robert Frost, a poem. That's quite an evocative quotation, isn't it? Small samples could be sips of maybe your spiced ale from earlier in the puzzle. Similar group could be an ilk, so of one's ilk, of one's similar group. And boba tea is often served with a wide straw in order to suck up the tapioca balls, the large tapioca balls. Let's sink it to the bottom. Live stream, e.g., could be a widecast. Oh. No, a webcast. There we go. I was thinking Baby Bell surely is correct. Lower interest deal for short, a refinance, and small fox with unusually large ears, a fennec fox. Have those very distinctive ears. Site with gadget reviews. CNET is one of the, I think probably one of the oldest sort of tech-oriented websites. I mean, I guess hadn't thought about the existence of CNET in a while, but of course they must still be around. Minecraft block with a fuse is TNT. It's got a fuse. Sounds like TNT to me. Better than I thought. Not bad. Not so bad. Yeah, the so could be what I thought. I thought it was going to be so bad, as in this bad, but it wasn't. Honey O's, I guess, ring-shaped cereal. And festival with lion dances, Tet holiday. Startup loan agency, the SBA, Small Business Association, maybe? Equilibria, Stacy's, there we go, okay. So stasis, equilibrium, and then plural, equilibria, Stacy's. Beer brand with mountains in its logo, looks like Coors to me. And enters like slime, right, oozes in, okay, the oboe was the clarinet with a cold, very good. And I can sort of imagine what that's getting at when you think of an oboe. Okay, some residents of the Eastern Mediterranean. Is it Gazans? Bit that bonds. Like a dirty film rated. Oh, I never looked at this, did I? Sorry. Hair salon goo. Hair salon goose. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking hair gel, things like that, but it needs to be, let's see, the bottom one is 8 letters long, so this needs to be 10 letters long, and this needs to be 8 letters long. Compilations of laughably bad takes, epic fails. So we can put this one in. Is that? No, it can't be epic fails, because that's too many letters. It needs to only be 4 in the second. Epic, is it? Maybe it's not epic. I just thought of that because I was thinking of sort of internet language and then maybe a video of, I don't know, people falling off roofs or something. I don't know. I know, but no. It says laughably bad takes. The takes are opinions. Sorry, I was just interpreting this incorrectly. I didn't really read it very carefully. Okay, compilations of laughably bad takes. Laughably bad takes. What is a compilation of sort of bad opinions? I don't know. Invitation in a therapist's office. Sit, maybe? Come in, sit down. Hair salon. Oh, styling gel. Yes, that's the correct number of letters. Okay. So we can actually... No, it still doesn't work, does it? Oh, no, that would be G. Oh, gag reels. Oh, wait, what was I looking at? Oh, sorry, I was reading... I'm reading the wrong clue entirely. That threw me off. Oh, I wish I would have seen this first so I could have tried to solve it properly. So the compilations of laughably bad takes, right? So it was takes in my first interpretation. It's a take as in a take when filming something. Take 1, take 2, take 3. Okay, there we go. So it was gag reels, which was basically what I was thinking, the concept I was thinking about. But I, for some reason, I was reading. People always tell me I shouldn't read the clues over on the right side of the screen. I should read them up here because it always displays the correct one. I know you're correct. I know that I should be reading the one up here. I don't know why. It's just my instinct. Every time I try and remind myself to do that, I eventually forget and just go back to reading from the right side. I don't know why. Anyway, the actual clue is toddler drop-off locales, which are... I'm trying to do this without looking at the grid, so I don't see what's down there. But I'm just going to do it, sorry. Okay, so areas. Pickup areas? I don't know. Toddler drop-off locales. I actually don't know. I still don't know. Added streaks to, say. Dyed someone's hair, added streaks to their hair. Anna of Arendelle's elder sister. Is this Frozen? Elsa? Is it Elsa or Ilsa? Elsa. Cocktails named after motorcycle attachments or sidecars. And Latin is est as in id est. And part of a gas mileage rating is, you could have a city or a highway rating, I guess that's what this is. And, daycares. Oh, right, okay, it doesn't say area down here. I read that wrong. I didn't read the S for some reason. I replaced it with an E, bafflingly. Okay, there we go. Daycare. And what gladiator literally translates to is something man, maybe? Queens players, the New York Mets? Is that right? Not the same. Another? It's pretty straightforward. If true. Stinging pests. Hornets. Mosquitoes. They don't really sting, they bite. Who else stings? Scorpions? I don't know. Maybe these aren't correct. Okay. Yes, that spot right there. There we go. This again, this fits my understanding of how the A's and H should be arranged in a sort of relieved as opposed to a distressed which is that this was contravened in a recent puzzle when we had a AH for the relaxed But this is what looks right to me in this context, the two H's and a single A. Last word in America the Beautiful. Sea, from sea to shining sea. And pitch, yaw, like pitch and yaw in an aircraft. I don't think that's right. Stadium with the first animated scoreboard. I don't know. And severity, harshness. There we go. Oh boy, I'm already at 34 minutes. I need to finish this off. Pitch. I still don't know. What gladiator literally translates to? Standsman? I don't know. This does look like another, doesn't it? I'll put that back in. Conflict over seceding from the Galactic Republic in sci-fi. Blood. Bear Cat. This does look like Bear Cat. Oh, Clone War. Right. That's what Obi-Wan Kenobi mentions that in the first Star Wars film. Your father fought with me in the Clone Wars, as he said. I can't remember exactly, but he does reference it. Okay, ruin. To ruin somebody, to do them in. And fifth in a scale, sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, in the solfege system of musical, I don't know, sort of note naming, I suppose. Oh, swordsman. Why did I not think of swordsman when I was thinking what a gladiator translates to? That was a bit strange. Americans usually spell canceled with this, one L. There we go. So the two L's would be more common in the British spelling. Stinging pests. How do I not see this? It's baffling. And pitch and stadium. Oh, Astrodome. That's a stadium. I've heard of the Astrodome. I don't remember where it is, but are there the Houston Astros? I don't know. Anyway, Astrodome, I think that's right. Oh, red ants. There we go. I was trying to think of a single word. And then it was the Mets. I thought it was the Mets, but I just wasn't confident enough. And I get so many simple sports things wrong that sometimes I just get overly cautious. Lung or brain segments. You could have, yes, brain lobes or lobes of your lungs. And then we had that. We saw that. Is there anything else we didn't see? No. Oh, no, we didn't see this. Or the one below it. Organization for DC United in the LA Galaxy, MLS. So that's Major League Soccer. And then here, oh, thou God seest me. Okay, sure. Sounds extremely plausible. And impediments to team productivity. And then motion to re-argue. And egos are impediments to team productivity. There we go. A bit that bonds could be an atom, maybe, in a molecular sense. And then this was Gazans, okay, residents of the Eastern Mediterranean. So there we go. That was the Sunday crossword, a big long grid and a big long video to match. So it goes on Sunday. I suppose I probably did drag it out a bit by trying to solve some of these through, I don't know, so by sort of foreseeing the bottom answer through the top two merging answers. That worked in maybe one case when I did it completely, but halfway with a couple of others maybe, and then not at all with others. Anyway, there we go. We had 5 zipper merges, and they were Jambalaya and Timekeeper merging into Leap Year, How can that be? And silver metal merging into head table. Red lantern and switchbox merging into the Bronx. That's very clever. I really like that one. We had ideal gas and rotisserie merging into leg raise. And finally, styling gel and daycares merging into gag reels. Very clever. This is a very, very clever theme, very well executed. And I didn't point out when starting off the puzzle, but I should have, that this is a vertically symmetrical grid. So if you bisected the grid down the middle vertically, you would see that each half has sort of identically disposed black cells if you kind of folded it over along that axis. And that facilitated this theme very nicely, and we have a beautifully symmetrical grid, including our theme, beautifully symmetrical. Boy, that is really impressive, isn't it? Because look at this. Even the sort of lengths of the merging lanes needed to be symmetrical to one another in the grid. I mean, it's very tidily constructed. It's very nice. And let's see, was it always the left lane that went first? Deal gas. How can that be? Styling gel. It is. So that this was an incredibly conscientiously constructed theme. In each case, it was the left lane that went first. I mean, yeah, that's very impressive, because that means that in order to maintain these sort of asymmetrical length top answers, Sid Sivakumar, the constructor, also needed to the needs of the total length of the kind of component answers, like jambalaya and timekeeper, for instance, those had to then meet even more specific length requirements so that it could be guaranteed that the left one would always come first. Because this doesn't apply in every case, but in the cases where the lower merged answer had an odd number of letters, the left lane word would have to be longer in order to guarantee that it merges first, if you see what I mean. Anyway, it's very clever. It was very well done. There were quite a few restrictions that were involved in the construction of this theme, and I'm very impressed that it came together so well. It's extremely well done. Anyway, there we have it. That was Alternate Endings by Sid Sivakumar. It's, I think, one of the more ambitious themes we've solved in quite some time. At least it strikes me that way. Let me know how you fared with it. Because this ended up taking me so long, I do not have time for the clues from yesterday's puzzle, so that will wrap up today's video. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back tomorrow for the Monday crossword, a much shorter, much simpler, still themed, but much more approachable puzzle. Hope you join me. Until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.